Thursday, and it's always a healthy one. Anyway, not to say other days are not healthy, but today, Thursday, we specifically talk about everything that concerns your health as a family to make sure you're mentally, physically sound. Today is the 4th day of April 2024. You know, I was always saying 14. The way April is rushing, it's like the months want to just fly. Today is already 4th. Yes. And while I was coming, somebody was saying the month is so fast. It's fast because it started on a working day, and any month that starts on a working day, trust me, that month is gonna run. Yes. Our Muslim brothers and sisters are still in the spirit of Ramadan. They are almost rounding up their fasting. You know, it's a good thing. After fasting for 30 days and you're almost rounding up, towards the end is always tougher. So our prayers are with them that they will continue to hold faith, and may Allah answer all your prayers. Okay, we are streaming live across all our social media platforms. Please download the Galaxy mobile app. We'll keep emphasizing that. Download it so that you can watch us on the go. Turn on your notification button so that you know when family and value is on. My name still remains Joy Abu. And yes, I want to use this opportunity to wish my kid sister happy birthday. All the way from Canada, we are sending our love to you. Send our cake anyway. Yes, you know, I'm always in the studio with my better half and my co-host, my wonderful partner seated in her black and white. Good morning.
Announce my color.
Yes, I always love to, because it gives me that radiation, like, yeah, we are in it together. Good morning.
Beautiful morning to you.
Yes.
How was your night?
Fine. And how's your medical checkup at this?
Oh, to God be the glory.
Yeah, to God be the glory.
I'll overcome it. It's just a matter of time.
Definitely.
It's still there, but I'll get over it. A beautiful morning to you, Nigerians. Beautiful morning, Lagos, and from wherever you're watching us from right now. We wish you the very best of today. Even as we start today, may Almighty God be blessed for a new day. Thursday, for that matter. Hey, healthy things. Anyway, it's not going to be business as usual, because we are discussing something very sensitive.
Yeah.
And so we just want you to please stay tuned. Don't even change the dial. It's really very important for you, me, Joy, and everyone to be part of today's episode of Family and Values. And your family goes a long way when it comes about the peace and the stability of our nation. How well are you keeping on? How well are you putting things together? How well are you, emphasizing on the values and putting it to use? That is what makes a great nation. And please join us as we'll continue with the program. My name is Iruminu Olori Adejoke David. My friends call me Olori AJ. Welcome on today.
Yes, I used to love that aspect of Olori AJ. So while I was on my way to work this morning, something happened, and I felt like sometimes this is the entitlement mentality. Now you're boarding up a private vehicle that is not yours, and you're struggling for the front row. I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand. You know, and these two men, they're like, no, I want to sit.
And somebody here first.
And yeah, and somebody just said, when it is not even your vehicle, can you imagine what type of struggling for? Like, inside of me, I was like, but why is it so? You see that very often. You want to enter and somebody just pushes you just because they want to sit. And I'm like,
stay in the front.
Just to stay in the front.
Take the front seat. Take the front seat. Is it not better you just go and look for another vehicle that the front seat?
Even when you sit at the back, there's nothing wrong with it now.
No,
you know?
Sometimes, if I want to take the small minibuses, I don't like taking the back seat. As in taking the back because of my knee.
Yeah.
I want something that my knee can always
stretch,
be stretched, and I'll be comfortable, so that when I come down, I'm not starting. But apart from that, I don't know any other reason why some people will know, especially people who are going to come down at the last bus.
Do you understand the inconveniences of
so the inconvenience of coming down, sometimes we can't you said it.
That's just it. It's the mentality and entitlement.
Trying to claim what is not.
Yes, trying to claim what is not. It's always another issue. And while I was looking at the topics, I was trying to do research. I discovered that I think maybe inside last month there was World Cancer Day or so. Yeah, so there've been a lot of celebration, advocacy around that area, and you know, we pray that God will just heal as many that are passing through that process.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Perfect.
like Olori had said, today's topic is something that concerns everybody. Whether you have a sister, a wife, a daughter, every woman around you needs to hear about this. It's a conversation, it's a discussion they must need to know. Sometimes you think you know it all until when you now start having the necessary information. That's when you feel like, oh, most people hear such words as passerby. You just hear it, but you've not done your research. You don't know what it takes. You don't know how you can even prevent it. So today we would be discussing and then having you to understand what it takes and everything you need to know about it. But we'll be doing that via Zoom because our guest is going to be on Zoom live with us this morning. On that note, we'll go for a mini feature, and when we return, we'll continue with our conversation. Thank you.
Breast cancer is a type of cancer that begins as a growth of cells in the breast tissue. Breast cancer survival rates have been increasing, and the number of people dying of breast cancer is steadily going down. Much of this is due to widespread support for breast cancer awareness and funding for research. Breast cancer can spread outside the breast through blood vessels and lymph vessels. When breast cancer spreads toward this part of the body, it is said to have metastasized. There are many types of breast cancer, each of which is decided by location in the breast where it begins to grow, how much the cancer has grown or spread, and certain features that influence how the cancer behaves. Knowing the type of breast cancer you've been diagnosed with helps you and your doctor choose the best treatment options for you. Here, you can learn about the different types of breast cancer and the molecular subtypes of breast cancer, male breast cancer, and cancerous phyllodes tumor of the breast. Invasive versus non-invasive breast cancer. Breast cancer usually begins either in the cell of the lobes, which are milk-producing glands, or in the ducts, the passage that drain milk from the lobes to the nipples. Passage that drain milk from the lobes to the nipple. Your pathology report contains information about the cancer, including whether it is spread outside the milk ducts or lobes of the breast where it started. Invasive breast cancer. When breast cancer is called invasive or infiltrating, it means it is spread into the surrounding breast tissue. By category, non-invasive breast cancer. When the breast cancer is called non-invasive, it means it is not spread beyond the breast tissue where it started. Non-invasive breast cancers are also called prefacer. When breast cancer is called non-invasive, it means it is not spread beyond the breast tissues where it started. Non-invasive breast cancers are also called prefacers. Cancerous CP tumor of the breast. Phylloid tumor of the breast are rare and make up fewer than 1% of all breast tumors. Most phylloid tumors are benign, not cancerous, but about 25% are cancerous. Symptoms of breast cancers. What are the symptoms of breast cancers? New lump in breast or underarm, the armpit, thickening or swelling of part of the breast, irritation or dimpling of breast skin, redness or flaky skin in the nipple area of the breast, pulling in of the nipple or pain in the nipple area. Few things that can cause breast cancer: family history and genetics. You have a higher risk of developing breast cancer if you have close relatives who have been diagnosed with the disease, particularly first-degree relatives such as your sisters, mother or daughters. Dense breasts. If your doctor tells you have dense breasts, it means you have more fibrous and glandular tissues and less fatty tissues than women who don't have dense breasts. How to avoid breast cancer? Keep a healthy weight, be physically active, choose not to drink alcohol or drink alcohol in moderation. If you are taking or are told to take hormone replacement therapy or oral contraceptives, birth control pills, ask your doctor about the risks and find out if it is right for you. Exercise, nutrition, and maintaining a healthy body weight. Regular exercise is an important part of being as healthy as you can be. More and more research is showing that exercise and maintaining a healthy weight can reduce the risk of developing breast cancer.
Okay, welcome back. If you're just joining us, we have been discussing We are about to discuss breast cancer. What a topic. You've not missed anything because that was our mini future. Most times when you hear the word breast cancer, you just hear and see advocacy, but you don't know what it takes. You don't know what breast cancer is all about. You feel, oh, it's far away from me. It happens to those that, you know, maybe they are wealthy. Breast cancer happens to everyone. I remember when I was growing up, there was this general exercise they will always ask us to do. It was a routine exercise to check if you had lumps within your breast. But how many ladies, how many young girls do that exercise these days? Olori, did you in any way have that kind of exercise growing up when they will say check within your breast region to know if there is any lump? And probably that's within your menstrual cycle, they'll always ask you that.
What I do is ever since it was it has come to my knowledge to know that you can always do a self examination on your breast, again, to check if you have any lump. Of course, with people who is of my size, definitely you have to. It's not because of anything, the fear of the unknown.
The fear of the unknown, right?
And you are not aware because you're busty, you've got, large breasts. It's a bit difficult for you to try to detect, unlike someone who has a minimal size of breast. So it's something I just want to start doing since I got to know that I can always do a self-examination.
It's okay. It's something you want to start doing is very important. Okay, to join our conversation this morning, to lead us through everything we need to know about breast cancer this morning, we have on Zoom, live from Lagos, Sulere, Dr. Emmanuel Onyenuche. He is the medical director, Waterfalls Hospital. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, doctor. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, great. Good morning.
It's always a pleasure each time we call you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Emmanuel is one person that each time we put a call across, he's always ever ready. I'm praying that one day you find your way down to the
studio.
We
really love to.
Let's have you in our midst.
It would be so lovely to have you right here.
Yes.
I remember when I told him, can you make it to the studio? He said, I have patience, but don't worry, So it's really
and I'm sure viewers would also love to have you.
Yes, and the viewers will always want to have you in person.
We know you are busy. Finally. We are very, very, very aware that you are busy.
Okay, doctor, yes, I know you've dealt with a lot of cases of breast cancer. Can you please tell us what breast cancer is all about in a layman language? Because I feel most people just hear it as a passer word, but they don't know everything that they need to know about it. Because I remember the last time we talked about prostate cancer, we had people that were saying, oh, so this is what it is, this is what it is, because they just hear such words. So what is breast cancer all about in a layman's language?
Yes, thank you very much. Breast cancer, in a layman's language, can be said to be a growth or a lump or a mass that is found in the breast. As the name implies, that when there is a lump or a mass, when somebody touches their breast, it feels something is inside there, like a teeth, something like a mass is there or a lump. But it has features because it's not every lump that is a breast cancer. So, but to begin with, you will not see breast cancer without a lump. So, feeling a lump is the first step in knowing whether one has a breast cancer or not. So, the other things we now look.
Hello, doctor, are you there?
Hello, doctor, can you hear us?
Hello, doctor.
Okay, I think doctor is having network issue. He will join us as soon as he can. Please, we really need this conversation with Dr. Network. Okay, you're back on track. Yes, doctor, we can hear you. Okay.
Okay, apologies, network. So when there is that lump, that's the first thing that is noticed in the breast, and then initially it may not show any other sign, but some people, they may feel something like a pain. They may feel the change in size. So if there's a lump in one breast, it may look bigger. It may also look smaller depending on the stage of the disease. Then the texture of the skin, if you touch the texture, it will look like an orange skin. That means it has more dimples. It is thick. So, so the skin of the breast is what I'm talking about now. If there's a breast cancer and the person feels the skin of the breast is usually thicker than other parts. So, and it will look like an orange skin. If you look at orange, the back of orange, that's why the name is linked. There is a pure orange, look. So it looks dimpled, it looks thick in texture, and sometimes painful. Sometimes the area can change color. You see, appears red more than other areas. Then the nipple can also change. Sometimes the nipple can be tender when you touch it. It's painful. The nipple can also discharge a fluid when it is pressed. So, and then even the nipple may not be pointing the way it's supposed to point. It may seem withdrawn, folding in or pointing downward. So those are some of the things that someone can look at and suspect that, oh, is it possible that it's a breast cancer here? But it is not diagnostic that way. It's just suspicion that, so when someone has a growth in the breast that feels strong, and then the skin around it is thick, dimpled like an orange skin, sometimes reddish in color or painful, then the areas around the nipple may be tender, may be discharging something, or the nipple may be folding in, someone can go. And then sometimes up to the armpit, there may be things like swelling and pain around the armpit and surrounding, so someone can be thinking in that direction. It's a fairly common cancer. I think studies show that about 100,000 per annum in Nigeria cases of breast cancer. So it's fairly common. More common, one of the commonest actually. So
okay, doctor, I want to find out how long can one live to detect that you have a breast cancer? You have told us the signs, the little acknowledgement of little things that we need to look out for, as signs to know that you need to check yourself, you have this. But how long can you, have all the symptoms before you can really say you have cancer? Some will tell you, I never knew it was cancer. But with the advocacy now, I think many are coming to the awareness that these are just like what you mentioned. But how long can one live in case you find out you have cancer, breast cancer?
All right. It's a case of early detection. So once an average woman knows how her breast feels, she will know when there's something abnormal there. So the how long is how early actually, because breast cancers identified early has better prognosis. When we say prognosis, we are talking of outcome. We are talking of longevity and damages or something, reduced. So how long is actually, how early is detected? So if someone is used to have breast, if there's a lump on her normal routine check, she can pick it up. So when it is picked up early, you don't keep quiet if there is a lump. It has to be, the basic things need to be done, like a scan or mammogram or any histology as the case may be. So we have to be sure, is it cancer, is it not cancer? So if it is not cancer, okay, we now decide what to do with it. If it is cancerous, it should be dealt with accordingly. So early detection is key. Anything waiting longer, because cancer cells grow very quickly, and also they move. They don't stay in one place. They move, what we call metastasis. So once there is a delay, it's going to move beyond the cells of the breast to other parts of the body, and that's where serious complications start. So we may not be able to put a time frame. This is how long, but we are saying detect it early and then take it out. But if you wait for longer, the longer the wait, the more dangerous the outcome.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay, doctor, you said the longer you wait, the more dangerous it becomes. Sometimes the fear of even going for medical checkup, I've seen women that will say, I don't want, so that I don't even discover something. That unknown, that fear of the unknown has made a lot of people stay back. But what are the preventive measures we can put in place to prevent breast cancer? I'm talking of for those women that don't just want to go through. It took me a while to even sum up the courage to go for breast cancer test, because sometimes you say by the time you go, you discover what you have no business discovering, But then, how can we prevent it? How can we prevent it, please? Take us through the preventive measures, please.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, in fact, checking is also part of the prevention actually. So although, like you said, in this part of the world, people like God forbid, it's not my portion. We are a bit religious. So, but ultimately, it is better to discover something early. Even if someone is afraid that if I go now, they will discover something. Actually, it is better to discover that something, because you cannot keep it under the carpet for too long. It's going to cause damage. People notice sudden death and all complications that people face. Most times when they come to us, diseases has been advanced because of that mentality of being afraid. So why prolong the evil day? So sort of, if it is there, it is better that someone goes. It's part of the prevention. Number one in prevention is to be able to check is there something there. If there's nothing there, then we'll now talk of lifestyle. What do I need to? So having established the fact that it is important that one check, there's a need for routine check, having established that, you will now go to the next one, which is what are the ways we can prevent it. Most of these things, lifestyle is important, So too much of processed food, alcohol, tobacco, some of these things are linked to producing a lot of toxins, which can change the nature of the cells, what we call mutation, things that can make the cells to change their nature, because cancer cells actually as a result of cells that have changed their nature, and then they will not start reproducing their kind. So something has an external thing or internal genetic, something has altered their nature. They are no longer like normal cells. They start multiply, producing their like rapidly. So if lifestyle is checked and people eat healthy, you cannot overemphasize the need for healthy food, fresh vegetables, good combination of balanced diet, less junk, less processed food. Those are secrets to healthy living. Although the causes of the cancer, like breast cancer, it's unlike your cervical cancer and the rest. It's not clearly known, but there is genetic factor, there is environmental factor. So control the factors you can control. A healthy meal, avoid too much alcohol, avoid tobacco, and then exercise, help blood to circulate very well in the body and move blood around, So those are some of the measures that one can take to prevent, and of course, exposure to drugs, especially hormonal drugs that people abuse, can also increase the chances of so exposure to drugs, hormones for too long has also been associated. So one way to prevent it is to reduce those drugs, except when the benefit outweighs the risk.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Let's go quickly on our word of marble, and when we return, we'll continue our conversation with Dr. Emmanuel. This is the first part of our conversation where we are discussing breast cancer, and we have Dr. Emmanuel Onyinechi. He is the medical director, Waterfalls Hospital, Surulere. He's joining us live here in Lagos. Hello, doctor. Are you there? Dr. Emmanuel? Okay.
Yes.
I think, okay, before we went on that break, Olori was about asking you a question. So.
Okay, so our word on marble, I'll go to that first. And Julian said there can be life after breast cancer. The prerequisite is early detection, just like doctor said. Now, my question is this: can breast cancer be cured? But with that word of marble now.
Word of marble has answered you, right?
It has answered me. But this is what I'm now going to ask you. In the process of being cured from cancer, I know I have an aunt who also lost one part of her breast, to cancer, and she's living well. But I want to ask, many find it difficult to really go through that stage. At what stage is it death sentence? Third or fourth stage? Is it death sentence?
Yeah, like you said, someone may have to.
Hello, doctor.
Okay, I think doctor is having a little network issue. I hope he joins us back very soon, because
it's really not.
This is one. Okay, doctor is back. Doctor is back.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay. So your question is what stage?
What
is
stage?
a death sentence?
Yeah.
Yes. So you see, like then you also say that somebody is living without one breast. I said, yes. Sometimes that can be the way. There are some people that have lost one breast or both. I know a lot who have lost both, and they are doing quite well. That might be the sacrifice to their life. Like the Holy Book will say, if people need to block their eye or whatever that will make them to miss the kingdom. So that is similar. If you need to be alive and one breast will be out, it's okay. It's better to still be alive. It's a great thing to be alive. So if it is detected early, actually it can be managed, controlled. So it's in one spot. Either it is removed, chemotherapy is used, or radiotherapy, depending on when the assessment is done, and the person lives well, long. But if it is detected late, then we now start. There's a way we grade it. We now say in 5 years time, what is the chance of this person still being alive? So early detection, you can have 99% chance and more. You see people living as if they don't really have it. Then late detection, you will now see the percentage will be dropping 80%, 70%. So yes, once you have an advanced stage, so that our viewers who don't want to make it too academic. So if it's the advanced stage from 3, 4, is because it has spread all through the body. You are no longer tackling only the breast. And you know that when you are managing breast cancer or any form of cancer, the other cells are at risk of damage or injury, because what is being used to treat sometimes may not be too friendly to the body. So that is why. So when it's advanced, the reason why it becomes a death sentence is because it is no longer in one place, and when it has spread to several parts of the body, you may not be able to adequately control it, and it is growing fast. It goes to the spine, for instance, and the person will not be able to walk. It goes to the liver, and then could begin to metastasize as liver cancer. Goes to the bone, so it begins to affect blood cell production. and changes in the blood. So eventually it brings down the person's immune system and the whole system collapse. So once it has that reaches stage 3, stage 4, like you were asking, or what we would call advanced stage for the purpose of our audience, lay people, it becomes really deadly. We now begin to check how many years. That's when you now say, oh, doctor said I will not live up to 5 years or so, because by the assessment and what has been established by research and study of patients, when it gets to certain level before detection, people have what we call poor prognosis. The chance of living beyond 5 years drastically drop. So there may be a few exceptions because human system is also different, but majority of the time, look at how it goes, and that's why you now say, look at how the doctor says it should be based on what has been established. So the few exceptions and divine intervention and the rest can make it look different.
Okay, doctor, I would like to take it from this angle. We've had people say, I detected breast cancer, I went to the hospital, it was confirmed it was breast cancer, but I went to church, I went for prayers, along the line it disappeared. We hear people say a lot of that. Some will tell you, oh, they even confirmed they were going to cut one breast, but I was using anointing oil. You know, they will come up and say a lot of things, oh, through prayers, you know, it disappeared, the lump disappeared. Would you say that maybe for those who have detected it, lifestyle had contributed unknowingly to it disappearing? Is there a way along the line that this lump can disappear even without you starting any treatment? Or are there interesting facts about breast cancer that women really need to understand, to know? Because like I said earlier on, the fear of even going to check is a problem. And then those that have checked will tell you, no, I went through prayers, I went through this, along the line my pastor laid hand and the lump disappeared. We've heard it, people will come out and say they laid hand. So is there something like that medically that will cause the lump to just disappear? You wake up one morning and that lump just disappears like that?
Yeah, you know, we are careful. We're always careful when to dabble into the, in quotes, spiritual things. But what we do is that we try to ensure when people come and say the thing has disappeared, you know, we say we want to confirm. You know, scientifically, you know, a lot of people who make such claims do not subject themselves to proper investigation. We want to rejoice with you. We want to be, we want to be awed by that revelation. However, confirming, if you say a lump is not there, we will do a scan, we will do a mammogram as the case may be, and if the lump is not there, yes. And so that is not to say that those things cannot happen. You know, we cannot claim that people's belief is not right. However, sometimes people go overboard and just staying ignorant or intentionally pretend that what is there is not there, or what is not there is there. So as in the case of some living outside, these people are not pregnant, they just say the pastor told them that they are pregnant, or maybe they are carrying fibroids, or that's a different topic. But I'm just relating it that our people can be too religious and just hold on to something that they know is not true. I was having this conversation somewhere else also where I was interviewed. I said, if you feel you are healed, if you feel that a lump has disappeared, subject yourself to test, to confirmation. That's usually the best. So when it is confirmed, we now say yes, because the knowledge we have also is in fact. So scientifically, we like to also reason because we are scientists. We don't want to suspend our reasoning. Yes, we don't want to suspend. We believe that they are compatible. It means that if someone say, oh, I was laid hands on, I applied certain oil, it disappeared, we bring you back and investigate because it's for your own good. A lot of people have died because they just hold on to something and then refuse to follow the due process medically. So when it is late, they still rush them back to us. We have had a lot of cases like that. By then, it has become very worse. So people should be careful when trading those facts. Believe for yourself. Don't just hold on to a general something. And then follow up. It is not lack of faith for someone to confirm their healing at all. It's not lack of faith. So when for us that are Christians, Jesus will say, "Go show yourself." When he healed the leper, he said they should go and show themselves to the king. That means go and confirm your healing. Go and show yourself to the king. You know that you don't have. So when you go, everybody, that is their own way of confirming. So if it is not there again, go and do confirmation, and everybody agrees that, oh, this is not there. That is the mystery aspect of life, the God factor, which anybody cannot deny.
Okay, doctor, I want to ask a very very funny but very important question right now, and I'm sure many watching from home will be waiting for this kind of question. Now, generally many believe that when a woman does not, do a thorough breastfeeding on their babies, general opinion now, the same. Is it true that when you don't really breastfeed your child properly, you are prone to have breast cancer? Is it true that when a woman does not, even after the baby, winning the baby, okay, and you stop breastfeeding on your baby, is it true that when you don't allow your husband to also work on your breast, as it's supposed to be, is it true that you are prone to have breast cancer?
There is let me answer this two way. Breastfeeding has many benefits to both the mother and child. So many benefits to the child and also benefits to the mother. It is believed that breastfeeding also reduces the risk of breast cancer. However, not breastfeeding at all has no clear problems on the women. So that someone wins and stop breastfeeding does not mean, let me use that word, that the person will have breast cancer. Most of the time, issues of this breast cancer can even be genetical, and outside those environmental factors and lifestyle that we have said. So breastfeeding and not breastfeeding has no direct link, except for the small benefits that we have said. So if someone didn't breastfeed at all and is not genetically predisposed to breast cancer, it's not likely to have. The only thing is that the other benefits of breastfeeding to the baby has been deprived the baby. Then on the aspect of husband walking on the breast or continuing, or the husband, continuing where the baby stopped, or whichever way, it has many benefits, but it is not linked to breast cancer. That is not doing it is not linked to breast cancer. There are many benefits others generally, but it's not associated with breast cancer. If the husband doesn't work on the breast, that the person develops a breast cancer, no. So, but there are benefits, no doubt.
Thank
you very much, Doctor. Please, before we let you go, your last words to our viewers. I am ladies that are watching, and how expensive it is to run a check on general breast to be sure that, okay, fine, you're free. Any cost? And then your last words, to our viewers.
Yeah, anyway, the commonest, thank you. Let me start from that expensive. The commonest or the cheapest way is self-check. Everyone to master their breast. When you want to take your bath, when you remove your bra and all that, you check, you touch the breast. There is a pattern. You can go clockwise or anti-clockwise. But the reason that we all go quadrant by quadrant, you can divide the breast into 4. You check the upper, inner side, you check the upper outer side, you just press it. You are going to get used to it. It's your body. Then you press the lower outer part, you press the lower inner part, then you press the nipple area, the central part. You are pressing it and feel it. You know, initially you will not be there, how will I know? But after some time, if there is something there, you see, I've not been feeling this before. So that's the first and inexpensive way of going about it. Then in the event that there is something, or if there, even if there is nothing, and but somebody is beginning to get worried. You know, some people can watch program like this, and it just activates worry. Yeah, this breast cancer. Oh. Then the person can go for a routine scan, especially less than 4 years, which we also advocate, because there are some things that people may not be able to fix by themselves, who cannot depend on self. So part of routine check, less than 40 years can go for a scan. So breast scan, I'm not sure it's too expensive. We may not be able to say a particular amount because it differs according to area, but most of these things are no more than 10,000 or less, or more likely. So they do a breast scan, you know. Then for those who are more advanced, they can do a mammogram. Since breast cancer also is related to age, that means the chances of having it increases with age. For instance, 45 years and above has higher chance of getting breast cancer. So mammogram is also a good screening test for, you know, for breast cancer. So generally, the word out there is no need for fear, no need for panic. Early detection is key. Self-check is very helpful. If there are any concerns, by all means, consult a doctor who can do it in the best position to guide you on what to do and ways to go about it. Breast cancer does not disappear when people drink local concoction and all those things. It can be getting worse while someone is saying drink this, drink that. It's not. Some people will say it's not a hospital thing. They, you know, they don't drink it in hospital. All those things are false. They end up making people's cases worse. Cancer is bad enough. It should be given the required attention. So even when people say they have a rough oil there, they should go and confirm if it is there or not. And of course, lifestyle, exercise, balanced diet, and generally being happy is a very good tonic to ensure healthy.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Emmanuel Onyeche. He is the medical director of Waterfalls Hospital, Surulere. Thank you, doctor. This has really broadened my knowledge about breast cancer. Like doctor said, don't go and take concussion thinking it has disappeared.
Leave the concussion
leave the concussion aside
It's
and
not
go for medical checkup. You know. Then self, like he just gave us a self way of checking it. Please watch. Check yourself, very, very important. Thank you very much, doctor, for joining us on today's conversation.
Thank you, doctor.
Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday ahead, and
see you soon.
The Lord give you strength. Yes, we have been discussing with Dr. Emmanuel Onyeche. He is the medical director, Waterfalls Hospital, Surulere, live from Lagos. And of course, you know, breast cancer. You know, like he said, some people will watch this and they'll start getting agitated, like, so this small lump I saw or I felt, was it? The best time to actually check for breast cancer is when you're in your menstrual cycle.
And also to find a way, it may be a bit difficult, but if you search very well, you have some NGOs who actually do a free mammogram test, you know, to detect if you have breast cancer or not. So just be on the lookout. Just don't be on the social media. Look at all this important and very sensitive privileges that surrounds us, and it will help you. Don't be afraid. You can always overcome breast cancer.
Yes, it's going to help you. Okay, we have a birthday shout out that came in quite late, you know. We are sending a birthday shout out to Pius Tinker from Johnson. Yes, Our wonderful cameraman is sending a happy birthday shout out to his elder brother. You know, this is from Johnson to Pius Thinker. Johnson is saying happy birthday to you. Long life, God's protection, God's prosperity over your life as you add a new day to you.
Okay, it's time for me to throw this shout out also to Babatunde Odubanwo, who is also having another year today. Tosin Faleye, happy birthday to you. And a posthumous to my beautiful and ever remembered grandmom, Anna Ajayi Salako. She has done so much in my life, and every year I just love celebrating her everywhere I find myself. So
okay, yeah, to my kid sisters' birthdays today. April 4th, you know, April is always that year in my family. We have like 4 people, so she always starts April with us. This is happy birthday to Margaret Abu. God's protection over your life. You know, we love you. We are saying enjoy a peaceful year. Okay, before we round up the show, tomorrow it's Friday and we will be discussing the effects of baby mamas in the society. Trust me, it's one topic you don't want to miss because we are bringing in a guest that will throw more light on tomorrow's topic. It's going to be a bit, you know, when you say you're shaking the table, but don't worry, we'll make sure the table is as cool and calm as it is.
And it's not broken.
It won't be broken, don't worry.
Okay, so I remain my humble self, Olori Adejoke with David on Facebook, and I wish you the very best of today. See you tomorrow.
Yes, thank you for being part of Family and Values today on Thursday. My name still remains Joy Abu. Please download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. And my social media handle is Joy Abu Official across all social media platforms. You can see this pretty lady there when you search for me. I'll see you tomorrow, myself and Olori. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.
Bye for now.